Hello, welcome back, everybody. We have our next game. We have game number 2 of the MishMash Gaming League tournament. We have FaithArise versus Optical Tactics, where everybody's just getting into the lobby right now. Looks like our first map is going to be Oregon. Again, actually, a fairly balanced map. I always used to think it was a defensive side, but with the new update coming to Capitao, it's going to make the basement hold a little bit more difficult. Yeah. Also, too, it's going to make, I'm hoping, maybe a more pocket strat come out on maybe some of the other bomb sites, maybe Red Tower or even Kitchen. Kitchen's very difficult to hold, but we'll have to wait and see. So right now we have FaithArise with the roster of, I believe it's Lyrics. And then we also have 7 Days, Crave Me, Banjo, and MMK. And then on Optical, we have Amarestu, Ghost, Hammer, very notable, and Blind. Ban phase coming out from, I believe, Faith. First one is coming out as Habana. Interesting.
That's going to be a big counter on that basement take. One less hard breacher, you're going to have to rely on your thermite, and that's going to give you less hatches to open, and that's going to make that mirror, which I'm hoping that Capitao again for that. So that's big on that basement. So I'm wondering if someone's gonna kind of the mirror. Who's gonna pick the mirror?
Who's gonna pick the mirror, or are they gonna ban it? I can see a Kaid ban. Kaid also. That be coming out, and a Mira.
There's the mirror. Yep.
There's the Mira.
And Kaid. Let's see the Kaid.
Yeah.
What do we have? Kaid or door number 4.
Yeah. Let's see. Will you win a new Buick, or will you ban an Echo or a Kaid? And let us see.
It's the Echo! Okay, so we have the Kaid. Interesting.
I guess Thatcher is still on the board, so...
Right, Thatcher and Twitch to counter that. Then Echo's, Echo's a good ban to pick, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's going to make this a basement defense very interesting, for sure.
Yeah, it's going to make it a little bit more tolerable for both sides. Mm-hmm. So here we go. We're going to be starting off in the laundry supply room. Typical hold for both teams, I would assume, especially when the other team switches. And again, fairly typical picks here. We have the Twitch, the Thatcher, so therefore you are able to enter from back tunnel or from the main lobby. And then you also have the Thermite for any entry, Jackal for any roam clear, especially eating, and then Via for any soft breach capabilities, and especially bringing her guns. It's a little bit of a little bit more firepower. And on the defensive side, you have your Smoke, your Maestro, your typical lineups from both sides.
Yeah, you got some strong counter opportunity there with your Smoke. Your Maestro, again, great information for your Maestro as well as possibly. And then your Oops, again, that's going to slow down the attackers and make it just a little bit harder for them to get that information. Kind of pushing it.
Could even try the Thatcher and the Kitchen control of the basement steps. But as we see here, it's set up both sides. The Maestro opening up the side wall just to cover hatch. And then it looks like they're going to have a less of a roaming presence and might have Ghost go upstairs into meeting just to kind of hold there. But it seems a little bit of a late setup. There's no setup there, so it could backfire for him in that way.
It's important to have a roamer, if not 2, on this map because, yeah, you can get a strong defense in this, but if you just allow the attackers to walk in there and open up the hatches and get all the angles really quick, then you're pretty much stuck. You're done. Attackers have all the advantage. They have all the time. You're not really going to win that. So you need that roamer to slow them down and maybe get a nice pick or 2 on one of the hard breaches or something.
Yeah, and also I would like to see if they have hatches in meeting halls, so therefore we can see if they have any rotation for him as well. So if he does get cut off, he can at least make it back to sight, and that's one more body that the attackers do have to worry about.
No rotation into attic, which that's a fantastic option to have as a room. Like the hatch you can drop from attic, the rotation you can make around there. Even again, kitchen rotation, which was made for him. It's starting to get kitchen where the drone comes out, goes for the peak.
Ghost hitting his shots. let's Twitch on my okay, but Link's or Limit able to take care of the Jaeger, but who's right there to ready to trade him, but peek that. So we going right back downstairs, and that is Meeting Hall. At least for now, that's Meeting Hall control taken, so that the attackers can push from there, but they still have to get the Thermite over there, and they have to make sure they pick what hatch they want to open. Obviously, they're going to open up the main hole, but are they going to open the one closer to the back tunnel, or are they going to work the one over by the hallway? Minute left, not much progress has happened, just one frag. Going to try and take out this Meteor Jammer with the Thermite coming, or Thatcher coming out.
All utilities being taken care of.
Yeah, all utility is being taken care of. Maestro Camp's still online. Twitch still has not taken care of that, but Twitch is off the game, so no worries there.
Down to 1 minute left. Only, 4v4 right now. The attackers are starting to get into position. Drones are coming out. Figure out where the last few defenders are. Getting ready to make that push. Right now we've got Days just getting ready. 30 seconds, time's coming down.
Get ready for it, pretty late for.
But it looks like they're gonna maybe drop down behind because they need to take some pressure off of the plant over here as Blinds is gonna take down Days. 23 seconds left. We've got 3 attackers against 4 defenders, and we have
still a Nitro Cell on board too, coming from Mute, so that's going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass too. Crave also trying to get that plant down, taking damage from Maestro Camp, not able to finish the thing. Very notable, taking out Crave now. Now it's just down to 2v1. Jack, 3 seconds left, and very notable finish him up. First round is now going to go to Optical Tactics.
That was a good hold by the defenders. They were patient.
It was a good hold from the defenders, and it was also a sloppy push from the attackers. It was just too much late game stuff going on. The late rotation from the Zofia not taking advantage of that meeting room control that they just did earlier. So all that control that Thermite did, he took out that and took out that damage, was just for nothing. And unfortunately, it was just way too late. So that push should have come down a little bit sooner. So therefore, the defenders were a little bit more split. That I'm pretty sure that attack or that bomb could have gotten down, especially if they were pushing the Maestro a little bit more. So good defense though from Optical on that one.
Yeah, the attack started off really well. I liked what they did. They knew there was a roamer. They droned him out and they pinched on him. Yes, one of them died right away. That's not a problem. But they got the refrag, and that's what you have to do. You lost your Twitch. Your refrag, boom, roamer's gone though. Now you have a full 2 and a bit minutes left to focus on the defense. They did that really well. That was good on the defense, but then it slowed down considerably. And then they lost track of time. They weren't able to get the information around fast enough for that final push.
Got stalled out, not able to. But it looks like we're going to be going upstairs. And again, pretty standard composition. We do have a buck coming, so that's always nice to see. We're going to have a little bit of block floor control from that as well, especially with the Zofia and also the Jackal. So the Jackal can also track through floors, just in case some of you guys are new. We can let you know that you can Jackal through the floor and see footsteps from below without them seeing you. So therefore, you can just get a little bit more of a pinpoint of where they are, and the buck can also punish them with his strike and that spell coming up from him as well. I always think of Jackal as a Buck Jr., especially with the ITA shotgun as it's the secondary. It does solid damage. It is I like to call it a I'm trying to think of the words here, but it is a shotgun that can control the environment. It does manipulate it quite a bit, so it's nice to have that. And but not able to control that C8 recoil. Able to down ghost though, so that's just going to stall the attackers ever so slightly. But that is your Jaeger off the board. I highly doubt they're going to him.
Yeah. You need for that Jaeger to roam. He needs assistance. He needs rotations. That's what he needs because he was stuck in kitchen. He tried to run up, but basically ran out of fire and died that way. OT though is kind of OT. Blind is gonna take a kill for his own pretty early on, taking out a hard breacher. Not a big of a deal in this bomb site, as he himself is gonna get refragged, only bringing down 3 defenders.
Good kill from there from Lyric. That is your Mute off the board and Jaegers, so that's a lot of utility off there. But the Jaegers is still going to be there in death. But as you can see, Buck taking the bottom floor control, but Amarestu taking care of the days onto that Zofia. So going out for a little bit of a dangerous run out though, so he's going to take damage, and I'm pretty sure the Buck's going to be there to punish him on this window. And yeah, as predicted, the Buck able to cut off that rotation. A little bit of an aggressive peek. Not too sure if it was worth it though, because all you did was take out the Zofia, and the Zofia is decent for the late push, but with the Jaeger ADS in place, I'm not too sure it would have been too practical to have that. But with a minute left, we have a 2v1. Maestro very low on health, and just like that, Banjo and the Lyric able to finish off the rest of the attacks. OT, Optical Tactile, not able to hold off the defense, and that was a solid push for the top floor. Not able to kind of hold them off, especially with the Maestro and the lack thereof Goo Mines.
Yeah, the attackers did exactly what they're supposed to. They cleared out the roamer. They had the Buck. They got underneath. They opened them up. They figured out where they were, and they got a couple kills. The defenders. It looks like we might have a rehost here, but anyways, so the defenders though need to change their strategy a bit, because again, like I'm saying, for the roamer, especially on this map, you need switch to a vigil or something, or like
something with impact. Yeah,
give him the possibility to escape, because he didn't have that either time.
Yeah, I understand bringing the Jaeger. You need that utility, and also because of the 416 carbine being as strong as it is, it's always been a good all-around gun. But the problem being there's no rotation for him, as you were mentioning. So you're literally trapping one of your best operators in a room with 4 attackers pushing him from all sides. It's just a waste of an operator at that point. But if you bring the Vigil, like you said, you are able to thwart off any drones. You're able to also create those impact holes for the rotation, so it just makes it so much more difficult for the attackers to get you and to pinch you into those areas. And again, he's got a solid gun with that K1A, and it's the same thing with the SMG-12 or the CZ-75. You have a solid operator, being a 3-speed, being able to thwart drones, and you have the solid firepower. So it just makes more sense to have it that way. But we'll have to see if they adapt it for the next round, especially now with the rehost. So maybe they'll let them sit back a little bit, regroup, re-strategize, and figure out how they're going to be doing this. So we're just going to try and get them into the lobby here.
Was that a smoke or a mute that jumped out the window?
That was a smoke, if I'm not mistaken. Which is, again, that's a very odd jump. The smoke. They want that on site.
I was not a fan of that move. Like, using your smokes or not, like, if he's had his smokes, that's even worse, because those smokes, that's guaranteed time.
That was a late push too.
Like, if you're able to hold on to your smokes for even the last minute, chain linking them together, that gives the defenders a really good benefit. That's enough to slow them down.
Mm-hmm. But, it's a little bit baffling why you would do that. I get
for the moment, like, things go crazy. He went for a decision. I get it. So, like, picking him apart, I'm sure he's killing him. This team's probably killing him for it too. But even if he got a kill right out the window, you're low on defenders, and you know that they're on the main floor. You don't really have a rotation in. Like, jumping out that window, you were dead before you hit the ground. Basically.
Yeah, exactly, right? And especially like this, they can easily just rotate out, cut off that rotation. It's just it was just a sad event, really. It was unfortunate. But yeah, so what was your take on that basement hole? The basement hole was fairly solid from Optical.
The basement hole was good because they did. Besides, again, my same critique for the roaming, give him some opportunity to escape. He doesn't have to kill, but even if he's running away the whole time, the attackers need to hunt him down. So even if he keeps running away, that's still time wasted, and that's good. So beyond that, they brought the defenders that are beneficial. They brought that Maestro. That's a really good information anti-plant. They brought the smoke.
I'm actually very surprised. Well, I'm not surprised. I am surprised. Is how much he's still very useful even with the nerf. The Twitch not able to take care of the Maestro cams. Again, I do suspect that's the reason why they're bringing the mute. The mute being kind of like the counter to that, so therefore she can't just enter. They know when the mute or the Twitch drones are coming in, and also probably planting them or putting the Maestro cams in spots where the Twitch drone has to really maneuver to get to them. Yeah. So smart Maestro Evil Eye placement from that. And I think everyone was worrying that this was really going to affect the Maestro pick rate. I don't think it overly will. Obviously, I think we're going to see a lot more Echo play, which inherently is just a buff to him. But at the same time, we're probably going to see him banned a lot for that exact reason, right? If people want to it's a lot easier to take out a Maestro Evil Eye than it is a Echo. Now, I will say, too, I did notice a bit of gunplay. I feel like right now, Faith is not, while putting it nicely, they're a little bit less precise on the shots compared to Optical. Optical seems to be able to hit those shots a little bit sooner. I know we've seen at the beginning there. I think it was Optical who was defending at the beginning there. But I know whoever was the Jaeger at the beginning there, a little bit shaky on the shots. So I think right now they're just trying to work out the quirks, work out the kinks, and trying to make sure we can get those shots lined up here. But I'm severely happy actually that the Capital was banned because I'm happy, but I'm sad because I haven't seen the Capital buff in action just yet.
Yeah, so, and Capital is so strong on that site too. Like he's my go-to. You can smoke yourself out.
Yeah. That's one guy thing I want to point out for all he heard was just nothing but mute, and he couldn't hear us.
Again, like they're able to bring the smoke.
It was weird.
The Jaeger off because of that. Destroy the Jaeger because they brought the Thatcher.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's why I really like the Capitao.
Mm-hmm.
That, and then you're able to like shoot some of those fire areas, stop the push that's possibly coming onto yourself, and just get a plant off easy peasy. So yeah, smart.
Exactly, and also too a smart buck play coming from MNK on that one too. Just going now, what I usually do, but now I'm actually starting to lean a little bit over to a Finka. Again, Finka not seeing as much play. Again, not having the same kind of utility, more or less, like especially with the smoke on the board as well.
He said
can
all he heard
easily
was
stop any of those pushes. But I do find Finka does bring a lot to the table, especially with the LMG and the frag grenades. That is actually quite a bit of firepower, and especially too if you're going to be, I am Optical is able to, or Faith Arise is trying to do things a little bit quicker, especially near the end. They do have those game pushes, so having a Finka might be beneficial, especially for that. You can actually just give your teammates a little bit of a boost, even if they're low in health, and you're able to give them a little bit of recoil control. All around, the benefits do make more sense to have it that way. But we'll have to wait and see how these teams adapt. We've only gotten 2 rounds under our belt, so we haven't really.
A lot of things can change.
Yeah, we haven't done enough to understand what teams need to change or where the compositions need to change or vice versa. But it looks like we almost have everybody in here now. Should be starting it up any minute here. But Mira 2 being banned, that's not a very big surprise there. Mira is probably one of the most banned operators in Pro League, as we know. But even in Ranked, I feel like when Ranked gets the pick and ban system, we're going to see a lot of Mira bans. We're going to see a lot of Echo bans. Obviously, we're going to see a lot of Blitz bans. That's a one.
For sure.
I'm not too sure if the Lion is going to be banned anymore. I feel like he's in a good place now. It's not overpowered. Yeah. It's actually a very easy thing to counter, and especially now that Vigil is the hard counter to him. So it'd be interesting to see the ranked pick and ban.
Mm-hmm.
So, but for right now, it looks like we're trying to get the last person in here.
I'm wondering where they go back to the top. Well, I guess because they won the base.
Yeah, they won the top floor. Faith won the top floor.
Yeah,
and they lost the bottom floor. So I can imagine them going back the basement for that one. Just trying to get a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
So that's my guess.
Yeah.
So, but hey.
Yeah, but this is one of those maps that you kind of love and hate because
I used to hate this map when it first came out. I was not a big fan of Oregon. Back in my youth, quote unquote, when this game first came out, I was actually never a big fan of Oregon, just because the way the meta was, right? You didn't have all the opportunities. You don't have the same utility, so it was a bit of a pain. But
back in my day,
back when I was, before I was a Buck main, before Buck was even out, this map was kind of a pain. But it's nice to see that it's slowly grown. I mean, just like most maps, except for Tower. Tower's never going to grow. Yeah. Tower's just be done with Tower. We don't want to see that anymore. But looks like we're back here. I'm going to be now going back up to the top floor.
Yeah, because the defenders lost the top floor, and they won the basement.
They did, yes. Sorry, I had that mixed up. My bad. My apologies, everybody. I am human. I do make mistakes. But, so it looks like they're going to go back to the top floor. Same composition, but 6 picking off of the Valkyrie, though, onto a smoke. That's interesting, to say the least. I don't know if that was necessary. I think they know you're going to be bringing a smoke. 6 pick, the Valkyrie on this map, not as strong, especially if you have the IQ. And even with a normal... It can be, but...
on the top floor, if you're able to get the cameras out, there are 1 or 2 of them, and they slip by, it can be super powerful for the defenders.
Yeah, it's just such an open map, right? So you throw it out, it's going to be on either a yellow school bus, or it's going to be on flat. It's going to be on flat ground. It's like everything on the top floor. The way the balconies are, the way the ledges are, it's very difficult to get the sight line. So I think I have a feeling they just read through the Valkyrie pick and understand that there is now a smoke on there. But looks like they're going to have a very heavy defense on this. Smart move from them, but hopefully over here in bunks, there's the rotation finally coming out. Doing some damage in the meantime. You can't win all the battles, right? You're gonna get some rotate. They give them rotation, but then they take some life. That is the trade. That is the life trade that you must deal with. 7 days, looking at the doorway, making sure that the door is properly, but Line's just punching him immediately.
There you go. Where's he drone? Did he not drone in?
I don't think he did.
He just jumped in there? Or did he not drone well enough?
He YOLO'd right in there from the looks of it. But
he went.
That's your Zofia off the board. There is your concussive board. So that's your soft, breach, and your concussions. But Crave Me just had a little bit of connection issues here. But we are already well into the game, so it is one of those things where we're going to have let him rejoin. Game's going to rehost.
And Line coming around for a flank, but he's
not able to hit
those shots.
Yeah, that MP5 not doing enough damage. MK able to take him out, but what cost? He has about 15 health, and with the smoke still on the board, that's going to be a bit of a problem. But we have Banjo here just watching for the hatch, not watching for any rotations. Hammer, and we also have Legion holding L hallway, just waiting for a quick peek. Amarestu not able to take advantage of that peek though, but just thwarting them off, making sure they can't. There, Twitch get ready to push White Hall, but MNK, nice pick from him onto the Jaeger on that one. So down to a 3v2 or 3v3. Sorry. Twitch is dead. She's that low. Notable punishing him. Twitch not being able to take him out. Now we're back down to a 2v2, but it was very notable taking out another one, taking out the Comanche. That's your Jackal gone now. It's just down to the Maestro versus the Thatcher. Thatcher not able to hit the shots, and very nice 3k from Notable on that one from the Legion. Solid hold from Optical. That brings us down to a 2v1. Solid hold up from the top floor.
Almost missing those shots coming around the White Stairs corner. You saw he was there and went for a peek, and he got
the Twitch reloading though. So those missed shots, it's
yeah.
We say it's bad to have the potato. That wasn't really potato. He was just expecting him to probably be closer to the far side, which is honestly very typical. Everybody kind of pushes trying to get the long angle rather than the short angle. But catching her on the reload with that little health, he didn't have to hit her very much to take her out. But solid hold from Optical, as we can see there. It looks like Optical or Faith just not droning in at the beginning, as we've seen 7 days, not just hopping right in there and then catching. I think he caught the mute on a rotate. I don't think the mute was supposed to be there. Just catching him on the rotate, punishing him for it, and then after that, the Faith was just not able to catch, get the ground underneath their feet on that one, and just everywhere they pushed, there was just an attacker ready or a defender ready to kind of pick them off. They did trade very well, but then at the end, the numbers overwhelmed. That's for sure.
Yeah, we saw the defense was better. They made the rotation for Jaeger, which makes me happy, and it came in handy.
Papa Fabes is happy.
Yep. And
Papa Fabes says, "Show me what you got."
And again, in that hatch being opened up, just allows them to drop another player down for a rotation. They kind of did that. They almost got away with it, but he was running around those corners way too quick.
Mm-hmm. He was running around quick, but he just was not able to take advantage of it, right? So he was just running on there, not pre-aiming. He was just booking it, right? So again, good solid idea, just poor execution. So hopefully over time, just not taking too much time, they can at least try to perfect it and get the meta down a little bit more on what they want to do. But nice kill from Blind again on Banjo, starting off the round. Blind having a fantastic day so far. Opening up with that mute, the fragging mute, not very common, but Lyric going to try and hunt him down. Same thing with MNK, just going to try and stop any rotation here, but just holding onto that angle a little bit too long.
It's smart because those are your two operators. They use their utility, your Smoke, your Jaeger. They can die now. It doesn't matter. And you got two of them roaming. Last time you only had one.
Yep, and MNK taking advantage of that, taking out Go. Your 416 off the board, but Jaeger already getting his stuff down.
You're coming down to a minute and a half, and you still have one roamer, again, now in the attic, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it's just going to cut off, it's just going to slow down the pace. It's just going to bring it down. The thing is, they can't just leave. From there, he can just punish them from the main lobby. He can also punish them from...
and puts his head in there.
Right into the crosshairs of Blind, and that's another one down. 2K from the mute here, but it looks like 7 Days is going to try and take care of him. Again, not droning him out though. It might be beneficial. Blind just holding the
Blind doing a fantastic job, just wasting time. Now, a minute left. He doesn't have to get a kill. He's just the amount of time that he's wasted.
And that's two very high impact operators of course, your Ying and your Thatcher. And right now, there goes Blind, but at what cost? There's the foot, not able to take out the Maestro, and the Twitch taking the worst end of that gunfight, especially against that Alva. That thing does some incredible DPS. With 30 seconds to go, they're finally opening the hatches, and that was... You have to wonder, is it too late at this point? They still have the Maestro, and they still have the Legion on the board. They're going down to the final seconds of the round. Get ready for the push. The Thermite jumps in, getting ready to plant. Getting the Crave Me, getting that Legion Mine up, and the plant is going down. Now, defenders take it. Yeah, that's the smoke canister out. Again, taking out the Zofia, now just down to a 2v1, and Amarasu easy taking for the defensive side on that one. Solid, fantastic roaming coming from Blind on that one. The heavy mute roam. Not see it every day, but he played it to a T. That was fantastic coming from him on that one.
That's how you gotta play that basement. That's the book 101. This is how you do it, and they did it so well. It makes me so happy to see that they really sent OT through the loop.
They just weren't able to. The problem is they would find out where he is, and then they would peek him one at a time.
Yeah.
So he was just able to pick him off, rotate out, and by the time the other operator came, he was already gone. So now they have to start the process all over again, and that took 2.5 minutes. And at that point, you lost your Ying and you lost your Thatcher. So any of the Legion mines that were still up from after the Thatcher grenades went out are still up, and then that's also your Ying. So that's also pre-plant denial, or your pre-plant access, which is gone because all those Cadellas are gone now. So, just a very, very solid round coming from the defenders on that one. And as I was hoping, a bit of a pocket strat coming out, going over to the kitchen.
Good for them, yeah. Yeah, definitely a huge change from the defense we've seen in round 1 and round 2. Like, that was amazing.
So it's going to be interesting how they hold this. So I can imagine keep the, I guess you would call that, I don't play this enough, I don't even know the call-outs for this, but I'm going to say over by couches. They're going to try and keep that soft wall open, so therefore they know when to keep pushing that angle.
You can get an angle onto that kind of area from the bathroom, because the back of the bathroom is also a soft wall.
Yep.
So it's, if you open that up, it makes it really much harder for the attackers to get in there from.
Yeah, and it's not like you can bring a castle either to cut the long haul either, because always been bringing a Zofia, so that's going to be a big, cancellation to any of the castle barricades. And also too, they bring a buck and bring lots of breaching charges. So as much as I would say if bringing a castle would be official on the site, it really wouldn't be. So we're going to have 7 days pushing over here by wood stairs, just trying to cut off any sight lines that might be accessed through that 90 hallway. And then we have Lyric up here on the red tower, going for the push with the buck, using a very unique setup, I will say, with the long barrel and the ACOG, just to make his life a little bit more difficult. And then we have Ghost up top with the Jaeger. Again, no, it's going to be a solid. Hopefully the roamers can delay as they did before. I have a feeling that's the main strategy here. Delay the attack as long as possible, so therefore they have to funnel through either the doorway or the main wall.
Again, they're already doing the job. It's coming down to 1:40, and still no action, except right now Ghost is going to be a full first kill into Lyric. That's going to be that buck. That's a fantastic pick.
Yeah, probably not able to control that pick, but fantastic shot from the Jaeger onto that one. And now we're back down to 7 days. It's just everybody slowly peeking the one defender. And now is Black Hammer taking out MNK with the ult. V3, so I push off the board. So now all your Maestro cams are still in place.
Coming down to 1 minute left. We do have Banjo, that Thatcher right outside, and the Thermite looking down with another kill with Blind. So 2v5, 1 minute left. They have a possibility. I don't know if they know if someone is being pinned behind that table, but what can you do about it at this point?
They could shoot through the table, that would always help. But I don't know if they know that. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Is he behind the table or is he behind the wall?
Yeah.
He's behind the table.
No, he is behind the table. It's just not even hitting shots. I believe it's the one table on the far side of my hallway that is penetrable, but yeah. But Cover Me able to pick off MRS2, and Blind going for the crazy peek, and Cover Me again with a 3K, punishing the button. All the coming from Black Hammer, able to take it out, not able to deal with the DPS and the 80-round mag of that Maestro. But that was almost a very solid clutch coming from the Thatcher on that one. But that is another round going in the bank of Optical Tactics. I keep saying Optical Tactical. I feel like that's like something you would like name a paintball arena or something, but could be wrong. Optical Tactical. And we're going to see our first Lion coming out. As he's been obviously he has come out of quarantine. Not doing as much pressure as he did before, but we're going to switch off to the Zofia and just going to have the Blitz on, ready from Banjo. A little bit more of a rush coming from these guys, I would assume, especially with the Zofia and the from the Blitz as well.
I think, if anything, that Blitz might help with the roamers. They've been having trouble with the roamers. Change up your composition. Maybe bring... oh no, was he banned? No, he wasn't banned.
No, he was banned, but I believe because after the rework for Lion, I believe he was taken out of quarantine, unless MishMash hasn't released him from quarantine yet. I'm too sure. But that could have been just a pick him out of quarantine, and then maybe the teammates saying, hey, he's not actually unbanned yet. So that could have been just a say.
But either way, like you need to kind of change up your game take care of those roamers, because that's basically what's been stopping the attack so far, is the roam game.
Yeah, the blitz will just allow them to, because like, or like one at a time.
It might flush him out into an angle that you're holding.
Yeah, the attackers with, other than blitz could just flush out, blind here and therefore just run him straight into the blitz. Or vice versa, the blitz can run in and take him out that way. But Banjo getting the first kill onto Ghost, and that's your Jaeger off the board. So, Banjo putting that blitz to good use, taking care of any of the spawn peekers. And looks like we're just going to be just throwing everything out, making sure there's no roamers. But we all know there is. They're trying to take out the Legion trap as well, but yeah, hitting those metal bars, which are out.
That's always a pain in the neck. Yeah, the IQ doing a really good job of taking care of everything from down below. Looks like she took a lot of damage, and there goes the kill onto Lyric. Yeah, that's the IQ off the board. She took care of the mute jammers. That was her job. They was able to open it up with the thermite charge. Drone is ready to go. Drone's still going up. They have a lot of time left over.
Okay, I'm gonna MRS you though. That's your smoke on, and I believe you're downed. So that is Optical's off. But again, 7 days not able to hit the shots onto the Legion. So Legion is still still up, and it still has almost half health. So he has lots and lots of health to take these angles with. Again, very notable taking out MMGL on steps. Down to 3v3. 7 days taking out, very notable though. So it's your Legion off now. Another 3v2, but with the blitz pushing in on the Black Hammer, and very easy the blitz onto the Maestro. 80 rounds and save you from the blitz shield. And just like that, we're back up to a 4v2. That was a nice attack from FaithAries, but is it a little bit too late? Again, I know it's still fairly early, but I know Optical has looked fairly strong on the attacking, so now that we are switching sides, it will be a little bit, maybe a little bit different, especially with the Montaigne coming out from Optical.
Mm-hmm. Well, now it's FaithArise. It's their turn on the defense, and again, they might be more prepared for the defense than they were on the attack. So this is still anyone's game. They're in the running still.
100%. They could literally back from here and win 5 games and they're done, be a 5 or a 7-4, or it could go back and forth a little bit longer. So therefore, we could just see what we did last game, and it could be a 7-6. So we'll have to wait and see how FaithArise has planned for Optical. So again,
you can see going and taking down that one bookcase. I wonder if that's where that Maestro is going to go. It's a really nice long angle as well. I think being able to see a little bit of white stairs, it's a really good position to have it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, another thing to note, I'm wondering if OT was expecting to go downstairs. As you can see, they're bringing the Thermite, the Thatcher, and a Montaigne. If that was planned for go for a plant, or if this is just an all-around, attack group that they have for the first round to see what's going on.
Yeah, very much so. I have a feeling they were planning on a basement, but even then, you can still have the Monty push up stairs, or the white stairs, and it'll still be very useful in this one. But yeah, looking at the composition with the Ash and the Zofia and the Monty, it just looks like they were just a little bit more prepared for a basement hold. But again, it's all about how they adapt.
You still need the Thermite Thatcher to open up that closet, so it's some maps, it's you need a Thermite Thatcher for the garage, and then that's it, but this map is still very useful. First kill, we're going to be seeing Notable going down. That's the Zofia.
Yeah, that's your Zofia gone, and the Alda again doing some work, taking it down to 5v4. And again, it looks like we have a little bit of roaming going, just trying and make the attackers slow down a little bit, but it doesn't look like the attackers are anywhere near any of these spots that these guys are going to be peeking out of, so it might be all for naught.
Some nice cams going out. Again, if they're able to slip by them, they're going to be super handy. Banjo sneaking a kill onto Blind, and then another kill from, again, that Maestro.
Covering me, doing some work. Covering me with a third one onto Ghost. But Black Hammer able to come back onto Banjo. But again, that Alda doing work, and finishing it off with the Jaeger onto Black Hammer. And just like that, we are back up to a 4v3. So it does look like FaithArise has a little bit stronger of a defense presence than they did on attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a fantastic defense. They had the roamers. They were able to get the Velt cams out there. They weren't actually used in this case, but like if any attacker outside would have been in danger on a flank from one of those roamers. So like very good strategy right there. But you can see just some good angles being held. That Maestro just doing work. Clean
that all the
attackers there.
You don't need to aim with the Aldo, you just need to fire. You have 80 rounds at your disposal, you may as well just dump the mag and you're most likely to hit a few people. But as you can see here, we have the exact same composition, but we are going to basement. So I believe your theory was correct. So I think that they were ready for a basement hold, went upstairs, totally threw them off. I feel like they didn't know how to push with that composition, and therefore they just got picked off. They just got picked off because Faith was a little bit using their head a little bit, able to switch a little bit and go to a different site. And just they get the
yeah, so we have to keep that in mind if they switch to again another attack upstairs. I want to see if they switch up that composition or if this is just composition for all sites.
Yeah, exactly. We saw that last game as well. Like, it didn't matter the site; the composition was fairly the same. Maybe an operator change here or there, but the same 4 operators. You still saw the Monty, we still saw the Thermite, the Thatcher, the Ash, things like that. So we'll have to wait and see once we go to the next site. But for now, we will be attacking basement. Pretty standard holds coming from both sides. But it looks like Notable is going to be attacking from the backside, or the back tunnel. And again, we're going to have the Monty pushing from this way. I believe this was the plan all along. I believe we're just waiting for the Thermite possibly.
We do have some roamers up on the main floor, and I think I saw some of the hatches in church actually not reinforced. It is possible to use them as rotation, because attacks don't always come down through the tunnels. That will kind of prohibit that, but interesting to not do up all the hatches. As we can see right now, is the first hatch is going to be open on the attacking side. Drones are out, so I'm wondering if they do know that there is defenders around there. I think some shots came out. Did it destroy the Thermite church, or was the Thermite opened up?
I believe the Thermite was opened up if you look at the debris on the ground, but again, we'll have to wait and see what is happening. Because again, we don't have sound on our side, so we just have to kind of guess. But again, we still have 1:40 left. We do have Lyric holding the meeting hall, so it will be difficult for them to push that way. But they do get tunnel side open, and the Monty is just going to do his job, be that drone, make sure he can call out where they are, and just like that, taking out the first of the Maestro. That's your first frag, and that is a very critical frag too. And we have the Legion up top getting ready to try and push away that Monty. Not able to hit the shots though, and now they know he's upstairs, so we may have some rotations coming up.
But team,
a team
a little
down.
Excited, comes around the corner, shoots down his own team. A very good accuracy right there. But again, like I was saying before, that hatch being open has kind of helped them out to slow down this push from the Monty. The roamers haven't been taken out, and that's going to really destroy this attack.
They haven't been taken out, but now the Legion is on much. But not checking the corners is Ghost. Banjo punishing him for that, but Blind getting the refract into the Lyric. And just like that, we're back down to a 4v3. Pushing down from the white steps is Thatcher, getting ready to hold the long angle. Monty is calling out Banjo. Banjo gets picked off. Now we're down to a 2v3. Monty did great Monty work, again being aggressive and rescued with that Monty, and just pushing MNK, but Blind taking that kill away from him. But fantastic Monty work, being the mobile drone, being the drone call out, and just soaking up the damage. Everybody focusing on the aggression on the Monty, not focusing on the people behind him, and just not getting those gunfights. Fantastic Monty work.
The attackers did a good job. Like,
very impressive.
I was worried because leaving roamers, one of them get through, they can take down half your team when you're all pushing together like that. But I don't know if they had enough people covering angles. They did take down the roamers eventually.
If you saw the and especially after that down from the Jaegers, Legion was taken out. But if you saw, as soon as the Monty would come around the corner, the defender would just immediately aggro onto him, trying to, I don't know, shoot him. I don't know what they were trying to do, but they just immediately aggroed.
It doesn't work.
The Monty would make the call. You would see the shot come from a different angle and totally take out the defender, and then he would just keep moving forward. That's exactly what you want to see from your Monty, is just being the force that pushes through, getting the information, relaying that information to the attackers, and then the attackers taking advantage of it. So fantastic push coming from Optical on that one.
Monty play than what we just saw in the first game.
Yeah, different. We saw a passive Monty, but more frag haven, whereas that one telling. So a good night to play Monty. A good night if you're a Monty main, you can get some strategies out of it. You can take that information and relay it onto your own games, and especially now, like a lot of people still think it's all about the kills, it's all about the frags, and how many frags do you have with this? When in reality, it's really about how you use them and how you benefit your team, and bring that information to your team using your options.
Looks like we have a roaming dog, or maybe just looking to get a quick peek before running back downstairs. He's up in tower.
He's going for the traditional spawn peek of the dog, but not able to. It doesn't look like it's going to pay off for him at all, so no, he's just going to rotate back.
Smoke getting ready for a quick push. If he's able to sit there and have the thermite come in, if they don't know he's there, and then just being able to turn that corner, take out either the thermite charge or the thermite himself, that'll be a huge detriment for the attackers. But again, we can see a tunnel push coming through.
And a very good drone work coming from Optical as well. So they are going to know where these guys are coming from roughly before they start pushing everything up. It does look like here they are getting just like that. No denial coming from FaithArise. So therefore the Monty, he's just going to push in, and looks like we're going to have the same kind of setup we're going to have last time. We're going to have Lyric, though, doing less roaming and more site holding. With that 416, we'll make it very difficult for the attackers. But a minute 40 in, and we're still at 5v5. So nothing major has happened just yet.
And it looks like they're backing out, actually, from tunnel and rotating around. So I'm wondering if they're switching up their push. Some callouts going out. Maybe they're going back down to the front entrance. But we still have two roamers around. A minute and a half left. No one's killed yet.
So it just looks like everybody's just trying to get their bearings, right? That Doc is still in red tower, so he hasn't rotated yet. I feel like he's waiting until the last minute. That could either go very well or very poorly. We'll have to wait and see.
And they're still droning out, so this is when not taking care of the roamers is going to punish them. It didn't bother them last time, but I think this time it's going to bite them in the butt. You got to spend the first bit of time, clear out the roamers so you can attack in peace and quiet,
Yeah, exactly. And especially coming from red tower, you have that entire rotation down back, so the attackers or the defenders can easily get back onto site, so that's just more bodies you have to worry about trying to get the plant off, and especially with 45 seconds left, again, lots of time, but if you're not careful, that time can dwindle down very quickly. And they're finally getting the top open here, and again, almost picking up the smoke is very notable, but not able to hit the shots. But we do have the Vigil down. We did miss that one. But the Vigil is gone, and we're just to a 4v5. The smoke is a little bit lit up, but he's probably back into a little bit better spot now. And Banjo being taken up, but 7 days there with refrag onto Black Hammer, and it's just down to the Monty right now over here on White Steps. And nobody there to really help him out, but it looks like we have Ghost rotating back with 13 seconds left, though. There's not much time. 7 days is going to try and punch them, taking out the Twitch, just like that, and then just Monty and the Zofia, not able to take him out, but the Zofia accidentally doing a team kill. Very notable. What?
They pulled it off! What just happened?
And
he comes in from behind.
Blind, just coming in from behind, cutting off that rotation. Again, I didn't see him rotate around.
I saw, he was originally pushing down those front stairs, and I saw him back off and go back around as everyone else was
go through meeting. Yeah, so I thought he was going through one of the hatches. But
what drives me crazy is the defenders had that. The smoke and whoever was behind him pushed those front stairs, and they were getting some kills. The smoke was doing great, doing his job. But then they just over-peaked when they didn't have to. They just had to sit and wait. The smoke was out. They couldn't plant. And they came around and they just killed both those defenders. And then Zofia came around and finished off the third at the very last second.
That was... I don't know what just happened there. That's so confusing. Like you said, the defenders had that. They had it in the bag. Was holding it. All the mice were the call coming from the smoke saying, "Hey, I'm down," and in the meantime, he just had to watch that back push, but there was no sight, there was no cameras, there was no visuals on that back push, and Optical just taking clear advantage of that. Well done, Optical, and that just puts us on match point, and now FaithArise has a uphill battle. They have to win 4 rounds in a row to even get the win. So we're gonna have to wait and see. And now we're going back to the top road, which we know Optical has a very solid push on this. They have a very solid attack strat. They're going to clear out any of the roamers if there are any this time. We'll have to wait and see how this goes.
What gets me is they haven't been dealing with the roamers until like a late game sloppy kind of thing, and it just doesn't make sense. They're winning their. It just seems like
they wait. They figure out where the roamers are. If they can't take them out, they
just.
But they almost, it seems like they have one person almost on a flank watch or able to cut off any of the rotations. Notable first frag, taking out the Jaeger. And just like that, we're back down to, it's just, the cycle repeats. All right, Ares not adapting enough to Optical, and Optical's just able to take them out, able to understand where they're peeking from.
They're doing everything except for that, peeking the attackers. They're kind of doing everything right. They've got 2 roamers. They got a good setup. I don't know if they're not getting the information out.
But Optical's just ignoring.
Like, this is where the attackers are, to get those kills. But it
looks like we are going to get a little bit of banditry.
Base device.
He's going to get the first one. And we don't have any presence from that bug underneath him. Be actually totally cutting off this entire situation, but unfortunately he is elsewhere doing other things. And right now we're having Ghost taking care of the Alda from Cover Me, and just like that we're down to 3v5. That is your Maestro off the board. And this Valkyrie camp has not been spotted, but very notable. Now Banjo now to 2v5, and you have the Buck not able to land the shots. Link's Lyric, very nice shooting him for the MPX. And now we're down to a little bit more of an even match, 5v3, but the Valkyrie being on such low health, she either has to hit her shots or she's dead. Blind trying to take care of this this Rook behind the counter. Valkyrie going for the rotate, not able to hit the shots, and blinded with, but Day7 taking out Ghost in the meantime. So, Plant going down, 7 Days missing his shots, taking a little bit of damage onto that. Sure. And 7 Days hitting Blind with the pistol. Very nice kill too. After the 2v1, Rookie can actually win this. But you have a full health Zofia and you have a full health Thermite. So this will be incredibly difficult. With the 5 Gog, it is easy, but not able to angles. And very notable with the nice kill on that. And just like that, Optical Tactics takes the win, 7-3.
They're doing it. They're holding the right angles. They are playing smart. They, like you said, normally you want to take out the roamers, but they're just covering their ass, their butt. They're covering their butt.
You very rarely see a team completely ignore the roamers, but able to have a strategy that completely will cut them off because they're watching the angles, they're watching for the rotates. You basically have 1 to 2 people covering angles, well, 3 of them, Monty being included, doing a push, Monty calling out where these people are, and able to say, hey, guys over here, then both the other main pushers are just taking care of business. So, and then that leaves the roamers having to be stuck in a very odd situation where they have to either push, get back to site, but both either if they push is being cut off, or if they get back to site is being cut off.
Yeah.
So, all in all, fantastic games coming from unfortunately, FaithArise, they did lose this one. They're not not on them. They did play a great game. Just weren't able to win the gunfights. A little bit of miscommunication as we've seen with the down, almost the team kill there. Just not able to get those refrags. So I believe that's it for us tonight. So thank you for everybody for joining us. Again, I'm Neely Barber. That is, follow me on Twitter on ngarby, and if you want to follow my colleague over here, follow him at Bubba Faves. So thanks for having us, guys. Thanks you again, Jeff, and we'll talk to you.
Don't forget to follow.
Oh, yes.
This is just the first day of games, so hit that follow. We've got a fantastic teams coming up, some really good players. You do not want to miss out on this, so make sure you hit that follow. Stay tuned to the Twitter and everything. Keep note of when the next games are coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I believe the next ones are on Friday. I'm not sure the games ones are playing, but they will be announced. And from there, you guys can follow them. MishMash Gaming is always posting up on Twitter that you can easily find them on there as well. So again, guys, thanks for having us, and have yourself a great night.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.